Welcome to the Aloha DIS YouTube channel and the High Five Disney News Stories for Saturday, March 8th, 2025.
Please be sure to subscribe to Aloha DIS for all the latest Disney content and consider leaving a like and comment on this video.
Disney fan, we've got a treasure trove of Disney updates today. Everything from a long-awaited sequel splashing onto Disney Plus to some seriously cool collectibles that'll have you saying, "Take my money."
Oh, and we can't forget those whispers of a certain tree-like superhero getting his own movie, but we'll get to that later.
Okay, so buckle up, because here are the 5 magical topics we're diving into today. First, we're setting sail with Moana 2, arriving on Disney Plus this week.
Then get ready to whip out those wallets because Disney and Starbucks have teamed up again this time for a Tinkerbell tumbler that's going to be hotter than a Dole Whip on a summer day.
Next, we're heading to SXSW, where Disney bigwigs Josh D'Amaro and Alan Bergman are dropping some knowledge about Disney's innovation, which is more than just pixie dust.
Yeah.
Then we've got a special treat for all you Star Wars fans. A limited edition Mara Jade Skywalker lightsaber hilt replica is making its debut, and trust me, this is one for the archives.
And finally, we're wrapping things up with those Groot spin-off movie rumors that have the internet buzzing like a swarm of bees around Pooh's honeypot.
Let's kick things off with Moana 2 hitting Disney Plus this Wednesday.
I, for one, am stoked. It feels like we've been waiting forever for this sequel to make a splash.
It is interesting how this project has evolved. Remember, it was initially planned as a Disney Plus series. Now it's coming full circle as a feature film on the same platform.
Yeah, talk about a glow-up. Mark your calendars, everyone. Moana 2 set sail on Wednesday, March 12th, bright and early, at 3:01 a.m. Eastern, 12:01 a.m. Pacific.
Set those alarms. And what's even cooler is that we've got the dynamic duo back, Ollie Carvalho and Dwayne Johnson returning to voice Moana and Maui. It's a nice touch of consistency, especially since we know Carvalho isn't reprising her role for the live-action remake.
Speaking of the live-action Moana, there's actually a pretty sweet Disney Plus promo going on right now where you can catch Moana 2 for less. It's the perfect time to dive back into that Polynesian world.
Okay, now let's talk about something that's probably going to fly off the shelves faster than a TIE fighter. The new Tinkerbell tumbler from Disney and Starbucks.
If you thought the Walt Cup craze was big before, get ready for round 2.
Right. Remember that Cinderella tumbler released for her 75th anniversary? Poof. Gone in a flash.
This Tinkerbell one, though, it's actually still available. And get this, it's a whole $20 cheaper than the Cinderella version.
That's right. Only $29.99 for this beauty.
What a steal.
And it's not just Tinkerbell either.
Right.
They've got other designs up for grabs, like a Minnie Mouse one, and even some park-specific tumblers. I guess you could say Disney and Starbucks really know how to stir up some excitement.
No kidding. It just goes to show you the power of fandom and how obsessed we all are with collecting a piece of the magic. Now let's switch gears to something that might seem a little out of left field. Josh D'Amaro and Alan Bergman, 2 of Disney's top dogs, are presenting at SXSW, which is known for being a tech-heavy event. It's not exactly the first place you'd expect to see Disney, right?
You'd be surprised, D'Amaro and Bergen have been talking about how Disney has always been a pioneer when it comes to innovation. They're not just about fairy tales and theme park rides. They're pushing boundaries in technology, whether it's robotics, ride systems, or even how they render those incredible visuals we see on screen. Their presentation at SXSW is all about showing the world that Disney's magic has a lot of tech behind it.
So it's not all pixie dust and wishes. Who knew?
Nope. And what's really fascinating is how they're emphasizing this interplay between Disney's storytelling in their studios and their theme parks. It's this back and forth that keeps those stories alive for generations. Think about it. You watch a movie, you fall in love with the characters, and then, bam, you get to step into that world at a Disney park and experience it firsthand. That's pretty powerful.
It really is. It's like those stories become a part of your family's history, something you can share with your kids and grandkids. And let's be honest, who doesn't love a good Disney sing-along no matter how old you are?
Exactly. And it all goes back to Walt himself. The very first Imagineers were actually part of Walt's filmmaking team. And a lot of the original attractions were based on, you guessed it, Disney films.
That's right. And even today, we see that same kind of cross-pollination. I mean, look at Pirates of the Caribbean, The Haunted Mansion, Jungle Cruise. Those all started as beloved attractions, and then they became movies.
Then vice versa. Sometimes a movie inspires a new attraction. It's this constant flow of ideas that keeps Disney's storytelling fresh and innovative. It's kind of like that circle of life thing, but with Disney magic.
All right, calling all Star Wars fans. A limited edition Mara Jade Skywalker lightsaber hilt replica is dropping, and it's going to be epic. Only 3,500 of these beauties are being produced globally, so you know it's going to be a collector's item.
Oh yeah, this is way more than just a hilt. It's like a whole treasure chest of goodies. You get the incredibly detailed hilt itself, a limited edition comic book with a variant cover featuring Mara Jade, a numbered insert, and it all comes packaged in this gorgeous wooden box with Empire and New Jedi Order symbols.
Oh,
Talk about fancy.
and if that wasn't enough, the hilt actually lights up purple when you attach a legacy lightsaber blade.
Yeah.
So cool. If you're ready to join the dark side or maybe the light side, who knows? With Mara Jade, the release is Saturday, March 8th at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern. You can snag it online at the Disney Store or at select Disney parks.
But be warned, online availability is going to be super limited. Like blink and you'll miss it limited.
Seriously.
Yeah.
So if you're a Mara Jade fan, be ready to pounce on this one. And for those who might not be familiar with this mysterious lady, she's a character from the Star Wars expanded universe, which is now known as Legends. She made her first appearance in the 1991 novel Heir to the Empire, and has been a fan favorite ever since.
It wouldn't surprise me if, with the release of this lightsaber, we see her make a comeback in the official canon.
That would be amazing.
Okay.
Okay, last but certainly not least, we've got to address the elephant, or should I say the talking tree in the room, those Groot spin-off movie rumors. Apparently, Vin Diesel himself has hinted that this is in the works, and the internet is calling it Marvel's most anticipated movie.
I mean, can you blame them? Groot is everyone's favorite little tree. Friend Diesel even posted about the film, mentioning something called Planet X and Groot's return to his home planet.
Ooh, mysterious.
Right. It's all very hush-hush, but it's definitely got fans buzzing.
It feels like we've seen Groot in every possible form over the years, from the original Guardians of the Galaxy to Thor, Love and Thunder, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and even his own Disney Plus series, I Am Groot.
Exactly. It's like he's everywhere. But I have to admit, some people are wondering if a full-length Groot movie can actually work. After all, his vocabulary isn't exactly Shakespearean.
True. I Am Groot only gets you so far.
Exactly. But hey, Disney and Marvel have a knack for taking seemingly impossible ideas and turning them into box office gold. Remember Rocket Raccoon? A talking, gun-toting raccoon. Now he's a household name.
Good point.
Mm.
It's all about finding the right story and telling it in a way that captures the audience's imagination.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I guess we'll just have to wait and see how this Groot saga unfolds. But for now, I think it's safe to say that the hype is real. You know, while we're on the topic of Groot, I think it would be amazing to see his origins explored in the spin-off.
Oh, totally.
Like, we know so little about his species and their planet. Imagine a lush alien world filled with all sorts of strange and wonderful creatures, all speaking in different variations of I Am Groot.
Uh-huh.
It could be visually stunning, and think of the music. They could incorporate nature sounds and tribal rhythms to create this truly unique and captivating soundscape.
Now you're making me even more excited about this potential movie. It's not just a cash grab. It's a chance to delve into a whole new corner of the Marvel Universe. But for now, we can always rewatch the Guardians of the Galaxy films and the I Am Groot series to get our fix.
And maybe snag one of those adorable Groot plushes from the Disney store. You know, you want to.
Okay, back to reality for a second. Let's circle back to Moana and the casting of the live-action remake. It was a bit of a surprise that Ali Carvalho decided not to reprise her role, especially since she's been so vocal about her love for the character and her Polynesian heritage.
Yeah, it is interesting. I can see why some fans were disappointed, but I think it's important to remember that Disney is casting a newcomer for Moana, which is a huge opportunity for an up-and-coming actress to showcase her talent and represent Polynesian culture on a global stage.
Right.
It's passing the torch in a way.
That's a great point. It's about opening doors for new talent and sharing the spotlight. And from what I've heard, Carvalho is still very much involved in the project as an executive producer, so she's still contributing to the film's authenticity.
Exactly. She's ensuring that Moana's story and culture are represented respectfully and accurately.
And of course, I can't forget about The Rock. Dwayne Johnson is confirmed to be back as Maui, and he seems genuinely excited about the project.
He's mentioned how honored he feels to bring Moana's story to an even wider audience. I think his passion for the project will definitely shine through.
Now, speaking of passion and innovation, let's talk about Josh D'Amaro and Alan Bergman's presentation at SXSW. It's interesting to see Disney, a company so often associated with classic storytelling and theme park magic, embrace cutting-edge technology.
Right. You might not think of Disney as a tech company at first glance, but they've been pushing boundaries in that field for decades. Think about the advancements they've made in animatronics. The figures in their attractions are so lifelike, it's almost eerie.
Oh yeah, and their ride systems. They've created some of the most immersive and thrilling experiences in the world.
Totally. Star Wars. Galaxy's Edge is a prime example of that. The technology they used to create the Millennium Falcon. Smuggler's Run ride is mind-blowing. You feel like you're actually piloting the ship.
It's crazy how they blend the real and the imaginary so seamlessly. But this focus on technology does make you wonder, will the Disney parks of the future become too reliant on gadgets and gizmos? Will they lose that classic Disney charm?
That's a great question. It's a balancing act, for sure. They need to embrace innovation while staying true to their roots. But knowing Disney, they'll find a way to make it work. They've always been masters of adaptation and reinvention. After all, they've managed to stay relevant for almost a century.
Okay, enough tech talk for now. Let's shift gears to something that has me feeling a bit nostalgic. That Mara Jade Skywalker lightsaber replica. It's a beautiful piece, and the fact that it's limited edition makes it even more special. It's like owning a piece of Star Wars history.
It's definitely a collector's dream. The level of detail is incredible. And it's not just the lightsaber itself, the packaging with the Empire and New Jedi Order symbols is just as impressive.
I bet it's going to sell out in minutes, especially that limited edition comic book and numbered insert. It's the complete package for any Mara Jade fan.
Absolutely. It's a celebration of a character who, even though she exists in the now non-canon Legends continuity, still resonates with so many fans. And who knows, maybe with this resurgence in popularity, we might even see her make a comeback in official Star Wars media.
Fingers crossed. You know, it's interesting how certain characters can transcend their original medium and become cultural icons.
It really is. It speaks to the power of good storytelling and memorable characters.
Yeah.
And Mara Jade, with her complex backstory and connection to Luke Skywalker, definitely fits that bill.
It makes you wonder what other characters from the Legends continuity deserve another shot in the spotlight.
That's a great question for our viewers.
Yes. Let us know in the comments which Legends character you'd like to see brought back into the canon.
Okay, before we wrap things up, let's revisit the elephant, or should I say talking tree in the room, that potential Brute spin-off movie. While some people are skeptical about a full-length movie starring a character with a 3-word vocabulary,
I am Groot.
I think there's potential for a truly unique and heartwarming story. After all, Disney and Marvel have a knack for pulling off the seemingly impossible.
They do have a pretty good track record.
Yeah.
And besides, who doesn't love Groot? He's adorable, he's loyal, and he's capable of great sacrifice.
Exactly. We've seen glimpses of his depth in the Guardians of the Galaxy films and his Disney Plus series. Imagine a story that explores his past, his connection to his home planet, and maybe even introduces us to other members of his species.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
We could delve into the culture and history of Groot's people and maybe even learn the true meaning behind I am Groot.
Imagine that. Subtitles that actually reveal the depth and complexity of Groot's thoughts and emotions. It would be a game changer.
Okay, now I'm really on board with this Groot movie. It's not just about the cuteness factor. It's about exploring a character we love in a new and meaningful way.
And let's be honest, in a world that often feels dark and divided, we could all use a little bit more Groot in our lives.
Couldn't agree more. So to recap, we've covered a lot of ground today, from the high seas of Moana to the technological innovations of Disney and the far reaches of the Star Wars galaxy.
And we even ventured into the realm of speculation with that potential Groot spinoff.
It's been a wild ride.
It certainly has, but we wouldn't have it any other way. We love sharing our passion for all things Disney with you.
Absolutely. And we're always eager to hear your thoughts and reactions. Which of these stories has you most excited? Do you have any theories about that Groot movie?
Let us know in the comments.
And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Aloha DIS for all the latest Disney news, reviews, and discussions.
We've got you covered.
Until next time.
If you want more Disney content, please like and comment on this video and subscribe to Aloha DIS.
Mahalo for joining us.